Hello, Mhesh.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Mheshimiwa. How are you doing
How are you
today?
doing?
I'm very well. Yourself?
We are doing very much okay. Welcome to Extra Time on Sport FM. Naitwa Nyash the Jabroni Slia, niko na Greg Mulemi hapa.
Fantastic. Mko salama?
Tuko
Kabisa.
salama kabisa. And
Yes.
you've had a busy day today and siku yako imekaaje leo?
Hey, it's been crazy. We had urgent business on the floor of the house, the Safaricom divestiture,
Yes.
the tea amendment bill, third reading, where of course I have interest because I come from a tea growing county.
Yes.
So imekuwa siku crazy, lakini tunashukuru Mungu.
Yeah. And that means unatoka Nyamira, si ndio?
Yes, I come from Nyamira County.
Unajua Nyasha juu hiyo maneno.
Lakini jina mayaka inaniambia tu either ni Nyamira ama ni Kisii, one of those two.
Nyamira County.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
So good to have you on this station for the first time. I know you couldn't come here physically, but this can also work. Yeah. And
the pleasure is all mine.
Yeah, a very important bill you introduced the other day, the first reading. I know a huge milestone for Kenyan sports, if you were to ask me. Generally, how do you feel about this? Because you've really fought for this for quite a while, and right now it's on the floor of Parliament. Yeah.
I think for me, I feel like we are making the good steps in the right direction.
Yeah.
Being a sports fanatic, someone who diligently follows the sports in our country, especially soccer, basketball, rugby, athletics. For me, this is one of those things, you tell yourself, if you have an opportunity to be in a space like Parliament, where you can make a difference, then why not make a difference in a space where you have passion about?
Yes.
And for me, this is my way of giving back to the sports fraternity in our country.
Yes.
Because I believe this is one of the things, actually the main thing that brings Kenyans together. And Kenyans love participating, supporting their teams, being part of it. They don't want to feel cheated when they are supporting their teams, when they're participating. I've had the cry in terms of the issues with match fixing, the issues with doping, match fixing not only in the soccer space, but also in the rugby space, basketball, all the sports that we really do like watching. Yeah. This has been a cry for a lot of people because it's a gap in our laws.
Correct.
We have the penal code, we have the sports act, we have the anti-doping act, we have the different federations that take care of the different sports.
Yeah.
But the one thing that we lack as a country is specific laws that criminalize any manipulation in competition.
Yeah.
So for me, having done research in terms of what other countries are doing, the practice in the international space, having listened to the different players in the sports fraternity, be it the players, the fans, the journalists, the sports journalists, this is definitely a gap that needed to have a law in it.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you for a fact, when it comes to the process of laws in Parliament, even by the time we came to having it being read for the first time, there was the whole process of even me writing to the speaker and telling him this and this is what I seek to do. The speaker then directing that this goes to the legal department so that they can review and confirm that, true to my word, that we don't have any such law, engaging with the legal department and the research department of Parliament, confirming that, yes, indeed, we don't have any such laws. And then there was also the process of them now writing to the AG, writing to the Kenya Law Reform to also confirm the same, just to have a second opinion on this.
Yes.
And they also confirmed that we don't have any such laws, but that it is a need.
Yes.
Then the next process was going to the Committee of Sports and Culture, just to present my case and to tell them that indeed we actually do need this law, which I did. And the committee agreed with my submissions that indeed this is a gap that we need. They also enriched the bill a bit.
Yeah.
And then the next step was now it went to back to the speaker for scrutiny. in terms of scrutiny for it to be publicized.
Yeah.
Where the speaker gave his approval, and I really must thank him at this point because he also understood why this is a very urgent need.
Yes.
He didn't take too long with the documents. Once that was done, our legal department then now sent it to the Kenya Gazette to have it officially gazetted.
Yeah.
So this was done 2 weeks ago. And then now it came back to Parliament for the Parliamentary Office to confirm that it is now ready to be tabled for first reading.
Yes.
So this is where we are. So the next process, in essence, and I know the advertisement should be going out as soon as tomorrow, is to invite members of the public who have any views to write back to Parliament on what they think about the law. Do they think we need to add any more offences? I've seen feedback from people thinking that the offence that we have suggested of 1 year and 1 million as fine is very little. They feel like it should be more. But mine is to encourage members of the public to participate. Once the advertisement goes out tomorrow, please do write back to Parliament in terms of your opinion.
Yeah.
And then after 14 days, the committee will then invite members of the public who have shown interest to come in front of the committee to give their feedback in terms of whether or not they feel this is important and what else they need to add.
Yeah.
And then the committee will gather all these reports. They will call me again. They will call some of the federations as well, people who we call the stakeholders, to also give their feedback. Once they compile the report, then the next step will be it coming back to the House for second reading.
Yeah.
Where now the members of Parliament will have an opportunity to debate, to either approve or not approve.
Yeah.
If they approve, then it goes to third reading.
Yes.
And once it is done with third reading, one of the advantages of this bill is that it does not need to go to Senate because it does not concern, county governments directly.
Okay.
So we are hoping, and my target is that we have this done and made into law by either April or May. If we can possibly do this before the budget reading, for me that would be very important. But from my end, I am lobbying my colleagues. Just now before I came for this interview, I was talking to some colleagues who asked me, please make us understand what it is you seek to achieve.
Yes.
Yeah. So for me, it's also just talking to my colleagues to understand why this is important, why we need it. I've shown them the feedback that has come from the public so that they see the importance of this, so that this parliament can then be, can historically be a parliament that actually puts this into law.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's quite a meticulous process and procedure, to be honest. And just so we share some details, how can and where, before the publishing or the advertisement is done tomorrow, how can the members of public submit their views on the bill? Is it through the website? Is it meeting somewhere in a certain location? How exactly can they do that?
So the options are usually that you write, either send an email or do a written memorandum to the clerk.
Okay.
But all these, the written memorandums, either via email or in writing or in person, must come to the clerk before the committee sits.
Okay.
So that now the committee has the opportunity to then invite these people who will have written through the clerk to come before the committee and do the oral presentation.
Okay.
So depending on whether someone wants to do, or because again, you have an option to either come do the oral presentation or allow the committee to admit your written presentation as part of your public participation. So those two options are available to members of the public.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and what do you think might have been the hardest part of this process when you first thought about it and then brought it into thought for the first time?
I think for me the hardest process, because I don't know if you're aware that we do have a sports task, a sports task force in place that wants to repeal the entire act. And one of the things that I had to really convince and have meetings with the sports task force, the sports department, was because they felt that I should put this aside and allow for them to bring a repeal of the entire act. And I remember we had a meeting, the FKF lawyer, Gasheru, was able to also join the meeting. And what I was telling them at that particular point was the acts that they seek to repeal, they've not even brought it to Parliament.
Yes.
They have not even finished with their report. And having been a parliamentarian for the last 3 years and knowing the process of a bill before it actually comes to the floor of the House and how long it takes, what I asked them was this. If you have a bucket of water and your bucket gets a hole and you do not have money to buy a new bucket, what do? You first go and fix the hole.
Yes.
Unaenda kwa fundi anatengeneza kiraka kwa hiyo shimo, so that you fix a problem and you don't stop yourself from gathering enough water as you wait to buy the bucket.
Correct.
So having challenged them in that phrase, and also reminding them that my role as a member of parliament is that my role is to make laws. It is not the role of executive to make laws. It is firsthand my role before it is their role.
Yeah.
So allow me to make a law that touches a pain point, a current pain point that I know sports people are experiencing. So at that point, the committee agreed with me, the sports department agreed with me as well, that let's proceed with this. If the repealed act comes and it also has, because it must contain what is currently in the law, in addition to any other thing that they would like it to contain, then that's okay. But for now, let us have this as part of the current Sports Amendments Act.
Yeah.
So that's one of the challenges that I experienced. But other than that, in terms of the public feedback, the feedback from the players, from the sports journalists has been very encouraging. A lot of people are like, please proceed with this. If you feel you need any more assistance from us, please let us know. Let us do this. So for me, I think that also encourages me to make sure that I ensure that this comes to logical conclusion. Yes.
Yeah. So just so we're clear, Honorable Nyakerario, there is a difference between this bill and the one that was involved, I think, in the National Sports Policy. The one the task force, I think, had given out to the CS. There's a difference between these two, right?
Yes, there's a difference. There's a difference because that is not concluded, so we can't even refer to it because they're still collecting bills. It's not concluded.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's a policy. This is a bill. Once the president assents to it, it becomes law. And then now, you can involve all the investigative agencies that you'd like to involve in the process of investigation.
Yeah. I had you mentioned something about $1 million as a penalty. What other specific penalties are being proposed within this bill, though the guys who might be found culpable of being involved in match fixing?
Yeah. So the penalties are in different structures. The first one being conviction to imprisonment for a term not exceeding 1 year or to a fine not exceeding 1 million shillings.
Okay.
The second part of it is where a professional sports person or a club engages in conduct described in subsection 1. So that's section 564A of the bill. So the club or association to which they belong may be sanctioned with them forfeiting of the match in question or may be declared ineligible to participate in a different competition, provided the integrity of the competition is protected. So there's an aspect of the club and association being involved as well.
Yeah.
And then the other part is where the offender is a club or a professional sports person. They may be punished with additional disciplinary measures, additional sanctions, including a lifetime ban from participating in regulated gaming or sporting events.
All right.
And then where the offender gains any proceeds or benefits as a result of the sports manipulation, it shall be subjected to forfeiture. Forfeiture of that particular game. So there are different aspects to it. And as I said, I'm really encouraging members of the public to just go through, because mine, I'm seeking to amend 4 different sections. So I want people to go through the bill. They're not too many. Go through it. If you feel there's anything that has not been covered, or you feel the offense that we are describing is not adequate enough,
Yes.
then let's have that feedback. Because again, the guidelines that we use in Parliament in prescribing the offence is in line with the penal code.
Yeah.
Yes, but this is not to say that it is closed out. Let's hear what the feedback is from different stakeholders, from members of the public, so that we enrich this particular piece of legislation even further.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah, and I know you are a keen follower of football in this country. You've seen whatever is happening around the women football. Maybe just a quick reaction to whatever is happening around women football. What would we wish for to happen in women football? Because I know you're supporting it a great deal, and whatever is happening is not good. We've seen today 11 clubs and CEOs have written to the federation. They want to boycott matches this weekend because whatever they've been asking has not been met by the federation.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about it?
I think for me, it's really saddens me because, first of all, let me even begin from the fact that if you look at the Harambee Starlets teams, the
Yes.
under 17 team, the under 21, the main team, the sort of talent that we have in our women's football space is extremely enriching. It has a lot of potential.
Correct.
Even when you look at the high school and the school game, I mean, some of those ladies who play for the national team come from the high school team.
Yes.
But for me, the fact that we have such enormous complaints, I think first of all is that the female the female football space needs a bit more support from the government than it's already getting, because yes, we are not yet there with the male side of the league.
Yes.
But at least it's somewhere.
Yes.
For the female, it's sort of like the male are on the fourth ladder, the female are on ground floor. They need someone to put like two more steps, so that they can be able to reach somewhere. Yes. And for me, I think, and thank you for raising this, because I know I'm due to have a meeting with the federation, because that's one of the things that I want to discuss with them and ask them, what kind of support do you need from our end? From our space as legislators? Do you need us to engage county governments? Do you need us to engage the sports department to see how else they can boost our female teams? Because I know now the new regulation is that every team that is in the league must have a female team. I'll give you an example of, where I come from, Shabana FC.
Yes.
I know we do have the female the female team, the Shabana female team.
Yeah.
But every time they are going for a game, they need to go somewhere. We have to come in and chip in and support.
Well,
we don't have as many.
Yeah.
Yeah, they may have a bus, they may have sponsors, Sportpesa. So also, maybe it's an aspect of engaging the sponsors out there, the betting companies, and asking them, can you also reach out and support the female teams?
Yeah.
But also a challenge to government, because it's incumbent upon the government. When you look at our laws, the Constitution, it speaks very broadly about fairness and ensuring that there is affirmative action. Affirmative action cannot only be in education, in all other things, and not in encouraging talent.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So maybe it's a push that we need to have from our end. So let me, I want to engage the federation so that, again, because of the FIFA regulations and all that, I have to understand the extent to which I can probe this particular issue on the floor of the house to know how I can, support from my end and seek to find out from the sports department in terms of what are you doing for the female sports, especially in the football space for our country.
Absolutely.
And I think this is quite an important time to do that, because we have AFCON coming up. We have our Harambee Starlets going to participate in WAFCON.
Yeah, later.
Yes, we have our Harambee Starlets that for the first time, Kenya was represented in the world stage, courtesy of Harambee Starlets. So these are people who have a lot of potential. We can't treat them as second class.
No.
I don't think it's fair to them. Yeah.
Absolutely. You mentioned Shabana.
Yes.
Ligi mnabeba ya Kenya Premier League ama mnaachia Gor Mahia?
Hii tunabeba.
Gani?
Hii.
Nyinyi mlipigwa 5 juzi na AFC Leopards sure.
Lakini si tulipigana 5 juzi tena. Umesahau?
Ile ilikuwa timu ndogo.
Tulicancel. Hapana, kuna timu ndogo. Wewe tu watu timu ndogo alafu wapige simu hapa wakuulize umeona hao ni timu ndogo aje. Tulicancel hiyo.
Yeah.
Hii league tunabeba. But you know this is what team that I'm extremely passionate about because I've seen Shabana from NSL. We used to go for, you know, the games. When we were young in primary school, I remember my dad used to take us to watch soccer. And, you know, he tells my mom actually he's taking us to Uru Park to ride the boat.
And
this one time, we went to the stadium. Shabana was playing with Gor Mahia.
Yeah.
And then there was fracas. And my dad's car was gongwad, the vioo zikapasuka. So then he's going back and my mom is like, so you told me unapeleka watoto Uhuru Park. Walikuwa soccer. So soccer is something that, I mean, been very passionate about for the longest time. And Shabana has grown, I mean, come into the Premier League. Najua mlisema basi yetu ni ndogo, lakini kuna basi iko jikoni, my friend.
Inaiva.
You know, when I asked the president for a bus for Shabana,
yes,
I told him, tunataka basi kubwa kushinda Gor Mahia. Those are the specs. So there was no bus in Kenya, so they had to ship one in.
We are sorry. Muhesh, we are sorry.
My friends, ngojeni. Tunataka kulaunch hiyo basi kama tuna launch president.
God damn. Itakuwa mbaya.
Mtajua mjui. Then now the bus, but it's on, the condition I gave was once they get that bus, the one they currently have, inaendea Shabana the lady.
Oh.
At least,
okay.
Yes, that we agreed on.
Yeah.
Hiyo ndio condition At least the ladies sasa tuache mambo ya kutafuta tuna raising fuel nini wakwe na basi yao. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you so much, Honorable Nyakerario. We appreciate what you're doing. And wait, finally, before I let you go, do you support any team in the English Premier League?
Manchester United.
It's been real. It's been nice talking to you. Enjoy your evening.
Watu fikisheni 2 digits za Premier League nini trophies ndio tuongee.
Sisi tushafika hapo 20.
Oh, yeah, Liverpool. Yes, sorry.
Tunabeba ligi hii season and then we'll have this conversation.
You know, the last time Arsenal won the league, my son was not born. Now he's 18 years old.
You are doing so well.
Ni mbaya.
Kama ni hapo finya kama ni hapo allowed you.
Ni mbaya.
Ataona live and direct sasa in HD. You know, in 4K. So that's nice. Thank you so much, Honorable. Thank you for what you're doing, and we're looking forward to seeing where this bill is going to get us to.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for having me.
Awesome. Enjoy your evening.
You too.